Hello everyone, I am Zian D. Malaya from BEd 2A and I will be the second reporter of the Chapter 7 When Technology and Humanity Cross. Now that we understand the importance of human rights and dignity in the age of technology, let us move on to another thought provoking subtopic. Let's examine the growing relationships between humans and robots. This section explores how automation and artificial intelligence reshape society, challenge our rules, and redefine what it means to be human in a technology driven world. Now, for our first topic, which is humans versus robots. The rise of machines accompanying the progress in science and technology may render human useless. Manual labor is gradually being replaced by machinery. Computers become more and more sophisticated. Robots, usually designed like human beings, are created to perform complex, repetitive, or dangerous tasks. With the development of artificial intelligence, or what you call AI, robots may also eventually act and decide like humans. And the possibility that machines adapt the nature of humans, there is a need to reflect on the ethical problems posed by such developments. It talks about how technology and machines are advancing so quickly that humans might become less needed as robots and computers take over jobs and start to think and act like people. We're faced with serious questions about what's right and wrong. It reminds us to think carefully about the ethical issue, what that come with creating machines that could someday be almost human. Now for our next slide. The Philippines has yet to produce robots for household use, but it is important to consider the effects of replacing humans with machines. While countries like South Korea and those in Europe are creating ethical guidelines and laws for AI, such efforts are rare in the Philippines, where artificial intelligence still feels like science fiction. However, AI uses is growing, especially in the business process outsourcing industry, or what you call BPO. Although technology drives the industry growth, it also threatens it, with AI powered business analytics offering faster and more efficient decision making. About a million Filipino BPO workers could lose their jobs. It talks about how the Filipino hasn't started making robots for homes yet, but we should already think about what might happen if machines replace people's jobs. Other countries are making rules about AI, but here it still seems kind of unreal. Still, AI is growing, especially in the BPO industry. It helps make work faster, but it could also cause many Filipino workers to lose their jobs. Next is unemployment is just one ethical issue raised by the rise of AI. If machines can replace humans, what does that mean for human value and dignity? How do we prevent or correct machine errors? These questions might highlight the need to protect human dignity and security as technology advances. As machines become more human-like, humans is becoming more machine-like. With instant access to information online, people often accept quick answers without deeper thinking. Nicholas Carr said in 2008, warned and is Google making us stupid? That as we rely more on computers to understand the world, our own intelligence may flatten into artificial intelligence. So, as Nicholas warned us about how relying too much on computers might make us less thoughtful. As we depend more on technology to understand things, we might stop thinking deeply ourselves and start acting more like machines. As society and technology advance, complex issues emerge in pursuing the good life. We must always protect and uphold human rights. Amid these changes, we should strive to be more free, rational, and loving in our use of science and technology. Addressing issues like information technology, GMOs, nanotechnology, and climate change requires constant commitment to the good. It may be exhibited in exceptional scientific methodologies, personal virtue, and social responsibility and global concern. And now for our next topic, why the future does not need us. So, Chief Scientist and Corporate Executive Officer of Sun Microsystems, Bill Joy, wrote in 2000 a controversial essay, Why the Future Does Not Need Us. In his work, he contended that our most powerful 21st century technologies, genetics, nanotech, and robotics, or what we call GNR, are threatening to make humans an endangered species. This possible extinction of the species may largely come about due to the unreflective and unquestioning acceptance of new technologies by humans. Joy also asserted that, accustomed to living with almost routine scientific breakthroughs, we have yet to come to terms with the fact that the most compelling 21st century technologies, robotics, genetic engineering, and nanotechnology, pose a different threat than the technologies that have come before. Specifically, robots, engineered organisms, and nanobots share a dangerous amplifying factor. They can self replicate. A bomb is blown by only once, but one bot can become many and quickly get out of control. Each of these technologies also offers untold promise. The vision of near immortality drives us forward. Genetic engineering may soon provide treatments, if not outright cures, for most diseases, and nanotechnology and nanomedicine can address yet more ills. Together, they could signify extend our average life and span, improve the quality of our lives. Yet, with each of these technologies, a sequence of small, individually sensible advances leads to an accumulation of great power and con- concomitantly great danger. So, Joy explains that new technologies like robots, genetic engineering, and nanotech can self replicate, making them both powerful and risky. They can improve health and extend life, but if not controlled, they could become dangerous. Now, for the next slide. In 1945, atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which killed over 100,000 people, revealed both the power of danger of scientific progress. Led by G. Robert Oppenheimer, scientists created a weapon that became a warning about technology's destructive potential. Today, with genetics, nanotechnology, and robotics, we must remain cautious and critical. As Heidegger said, questioning helps us find the right path. Unlike nuclear weapons, GNR is accessible to small groups, making it more vulnerable to accidents and misuse, especially if it falls into the wrong hands. So, the atomic bomb showed how scientific advances can be both powerful and dangerous. Today, because of GNR, technologies are easier to access. We must be more careful and critical to prevent accidents and misuse. Science and technology may be the highest expression of human rationality. People are able to shape or destroy the world with it. Theoretical physicist and mathematician Freeman Dyson, in the documentary The Day After Trinity in 1981, shared his thoughts and sentiments as a scientist taking part in the development of nuclear power. I have felt it myself, the glitter of nuclear weapons. It is irresistible if you come to them as a scientist. To feel it there is there in your hands, to release this energy that fuels the stars, to let it do your bidding, to perform these miracles, to lift a million tons of rock into the sky. It is something that gives people an illusion of illimitable power, and it is in some ways responsible for all of our troubles. This, what you might call technical arrogance that overcomes people when they see what they can do with their hands. So, Dyson shows how scientists can become fascinated by the power of the technology. They create especially something as strong as nuclear weapons. This feeling of limitless power can lead to arrogance and dangerous decision. Human nature may be corrupted when powers of our mind, our rationality, and our science and technology become manifest. If we are not able to rein in the vanity of arrogance such powers unleash, then we are on the way to destroying the world. Now for our next slide, we have here a quote. Um, the wasteland grows. Woe unto him who harbors the wasteland within, by Friedrich Nietzsche. So, Friedrich is saying that the world can become empty, corrupted, or destructive over time. But the real danger is when this emptiness grows inside a person, when someone loses purpose, values, or compassion. In simple terms, the worst wasteland is not outside us, but within us. So, in conclusion, the intersection of technology and humanity challenges us to uphold human dignity amid rapid progress. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights reminds us that every person's worth is inherent and must be protected. As humans and robots increasingly share roles in society, we must ensure technology serves humanity, not replaces it. Ultimately, the future should not erase us, but inspire us to use science and innovation responsibly, guided by ethics, compassion, and respect for lives. So, that's all for our report, Chapter 7.